First, new developments on a story the I-Team broke for you that brought changes to Cincinnati's 911 center. And now Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe revealed similar problems throughout Ohio. Brendan?
Clyde, to be a hairstylist in Ohio, you need a state license and 1,200 hours of training or more. A massage therapist license in Ohio is 750 hours of instruction. But the I-Team has obtained this scathing federal report showing in Ohio there are no minimum requirements or any state certification required to answer life and death calls to 911.
How can we
I need
help?
help right away. My friend's here. She had a car wreck, and she's a nurse at the hospital, and she's been here for half an hour, and now she's making this funny noise, and she's not waking up.
When seconds count, help is minutes away.
And I'm shaking her, and she won't wake up, and she feels sweaty. She's a registered nurse, and I don't know what to do.
But in Ohio, the person who answers 911 may not be able to tell you what to do.
All right, the fire department has been dispatched.
48-year-old female unconscious.
Truck 20, we've got a confirmed cardiac arrest.
Truck 20 is on the scene with a 48-year-old female, confirmed cardiac arrest.
There are many citizens in our state that don't realize that their dispatchers are not medically trained.
Dr. Carol Cunningham is the state medical director for the Ohio Department of Public Safety. She wasn't surprised when the I-Team revealed some Cincinnati dispatchers weren't trained to give medical advice over the phone.
If there's a child who's choking and the dispatcher doesn't know how to instruct someone how to do the Heimlich maneuver, the brain tissue dies without oxygen within 6 minutes.
When you dial 911, this isn't a phone line, it's a lifeline. If the dispatcher who answers isn't medically trained, all they can do is send an ambulance and cut the line. You're left holding the phone until help arrives.
You got a 3-year-old kid complaining of his neck hurting, and then you got a 6-month-old baby in the car, too.
I'll get the information and get the paramedics started on the way, okay?
That happens in Ohio, but not just across the river in West Virginia.
You hate to have someone standing there for 5 or 7 minutes till help gets there, panicking, what should I do?
Everyone in the Wood County 911 Center is fully trained to answer medical calls.
And is there any way at all you could be pregnant?
Something that should be a national standard, or at least the states adopt their own.
And that's exactly what West Virginia did.
911, where is your emergency?
Becoming the 15th state to require everyone who answers 911 to be certified as an emergency medical dispatcher.
Going home at night, it definitely provides, I did my job, I followed what I was supposed to.
And you may have saved a life.
Yeah, definitely may have saved a life.
West Virginia funds all of this at the state level with a $3 a month 911 surcharge on all cell phones. How much is your life worth in Ohio? 25 cents. That's the Ohio 911 surcharge, among the smallest in the nation.
There needs to be probably a state program, and it certainly needs to be supported financially by the state.
So who oversees 911 training and standards in Ohio now?
There actually is no organization that provides oversight.
That's what the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration concluded in this critical assessment of Ohio's emergency medical services. Quote, there appears to be no clear authority for emergency medical dispatch training or requirements. The federal government also determined there are neither emergency medical dispatch center standards in Ohio nor standards for personnel who routinely dispatch emergency medical services.
Seconds matter. They just matter. And the sooner that person who calls in gets appropriate pre-arrival instructions, the better off the patient outcome will be.
Dr. Cunningham and the Ohio Board of EMS answered that government report with this 2015 strategic plan calling for legislation to put the board in charge of 911 training and to require emergency medical dispatch certification in Ohio. Tonight, that training is voluntary and up to each 911 center.
A lot of dense information here, and thank you for just sorting through all of this for us and helping us to get a clearer picture of what's going on. Now, quick question for you. Right after you first broke this story, there was some talk in Hamilton County about the county taking over the city's 911 operation. So what happened with that?
Well, of course, the county voted, Clyde, but the city has to agree. And even though city council had previously voted to do the very same thing, The city manager says it's not going to happen, according to these staff notes obtained by the I-Team. Dispatchers were told, quote, no merger of the Emergency Communications Center with Hamilton County, per the city manager, Clyde.
All right, we'll keep an eye on this one. Thanks, Brendan.